Hey guys, good evening. My name is Zia, and this is Crypto Polaris. And this show is going to be all about Bitcoin, how Bitcoin has been performing the best in last 5 years against you name it, against indices, against Nasdaq, against S&P 500, against Mag 7 stocks, be it Meta, be it Google, be it Amazon, be it Tesla. I'm going to show you actual numbers, so we're not guessing, okay? And I'm also going to remind you what are some of the things that are driving all of these things. So let's get started. And this is going to be fairly quick type of video. I think that's what you guys like. Just the facts. All right, let's go. So, quick agenda. It's I'm going to remind you what are the catalysts, how we got here, and where we're headed. And I'll show you 5 to 7 charts that actually shows you the real numbers for last 5 years, how we have been the best performing investment in Bitcoin. And then, of course, all of that is going to tell you why it's going to do even better in the next 10 years. Okay. So let me just go ahead and turn off my banner here real quick, and we'll go from here. And let's go to the next slide. All right, real quick, guys. We've talked about this. I've got other videos that do a deep dive, but it is worth remembering. So many things have happened so far. Okay. So, strategic Bitcoin reserve has been established by Donald Trump. We are going to have the digital asset stockpile where we're going to be storing not only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. We've got states that are buying Bitcoin right now into the treasuries. We've got 3 states, that's 3 fingers I'm pointing, 3 states that have already started. New Hampshire being one, Texas being another one, Arizona being another one, and the rest of them are about to sign them into law. All right. SAB 121, what is that? That's been repealed by Congress. That allows banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, all of these banks are now going to start to custody your Bitcoin. You'll be able to walk in there, open a checking account, savings account with Bitcoin and other cryptos. Things are changing, guys. I hope you're paying attention because when it becomes ubiquitous, it's too late. So, right now, pay attention, look at all the things that are happening, and I'm trying to help you understand all these financial systems underneath are changing. And it really accelerated the moment Donald Trump came into the office. Congress, bipartisan Congress, is going through all of this. Speaking of bipartisan, Genius Act and Clarity Act is going to get passed in about 7 days, and it will go to Donald Trump's desk to be signed. And if you're really interested in knowing what a Genius Act is, which is related to stablecoin, and what is Clarity Act, check out my other videos that you can find that talks about all of these things in details. Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act. That means federal government cannot have stablecoin like USDC, USDT. We don't want our central government to have a stable coin. If they did, they would be able to see every single purchase we're doing. That is surveillance state. We don't want that. So that bill will be passed. It is anti, okay? That means they will not allow it. And Donald Trump promised to sign it also. This is all happening within the next month or less. We all know about ETFs, right? BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, Franklin, all of these guys are buying Bitcoin. BlackRock is almost 700,000 Bitcoin holder, and they're not stopping, guys. All right. Large corporations, I've talked about this ad nauseum. MicroStrategy, MetaPlanet, Mara, Tesla, on and on and on. There's 300 publicly traded companies around the world, and every day it's going up, and they're announcing that they are going to convert their corporate treasury into Bitcoins. And that is having a major valuation impact on all these publicly traded company in a very positive way. Case in point, MicroStrategy. All right. And of course, the nation states and ETFs and public companies, they are all running to hoard Bitcoin. What else can I tell you? Interest rates are going to be lowered. Big, beautiful bill was passed. That is going to add $5 trillion into our debt. What does that mean? More money printing. That is actually good for Bitcoin in terms of Bitcoin will go up against the USD. Okay. And our financial system, this is my opinion, our financial system is changing. It is being hedged and propped up by USDC. That is one of many reasons why the big guys in the government, BlackRocks and others, are working collectively to make sure that USD stays the reserve currency of the world. And they're going to prop that up with Bitcoin underneath. We shall talk about this in 5 to 7 years. You'll see what happens. It is changing. With respect to inflation, look at the Bitcoin inflation. It only adds $47 million per day. Every 4 years is getting cut by half. And year 2140 is no more Bitcoin mining. That is the last year. But we are already at 97% of the total supply of 21 million Bitcoin that we'll ever have. By 2035, which is 10 years from now, we're going to be reaching 98% of all the Bitcoins. Right now, if you Google it, you'll see 19,900,000 Bitcoins have already been mined, guys. So what are you waiting for? It's all running out. There is 60 million millionaires around the world. If they all decided to buy one Bitcoin, guys, there is not enough Bitcoin to go around. All right. And at the end of the day, look at that. USD every day is adding over $1.5 billion of inflation. So Bitcoin, it protects you against your time. Your time is valuable. It protects against your value. And at the end of the day, all the energy you put in. If you store all of that in Bitcoin, you preserve time, value, and energy. Think about that for a minute. Okay, now let's dive in to some of these charts that actually show you what has happened in the last 5 years. So what I've decided to do here and show you about 10 years ago, had you put $10,000 into Bitcoin and hodled, meaning hold on to it, by now your $10,000 would be worth $1.6 million, guys. Take a deep breath and try to understand that. All we hear about is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And you constantly hear volatility, volatility, volatility. Anything new is volatile. But if you hold on to it, look at that. So, guys, not financial advice, but you should think about it. Look at this. You want to keep your cash in checking account? Same thing. If you put $10,000 in checking account in 2015, and today that $10,000 is worth $7,458. 26% depreciation. Let me go back to the previous one, okay? I'm going to have to pull out a calculator to appreciate the appreciation of this from $10,000 to $1.6 million. This one, by looking at it, I can tell you lost 26% of the money. So I hope this is beginning to settle in. Always look at numbers, not just FUD, FUD, FUD. Look at this one. This is if you were to put $10,000. Now, this is only 5 years ago, guys. Okay? Last two charts were 10 years. This is only 5 years. If you put $10,000 in Bitcoin versus you put it in S&P, Nasdaq, or Russell 2000, look at Bitcoin. It would have been $80,000 by now. The most I see here is the blue line. Blue line is Nasdaq. That would be $20,000. Yippee! I double my money. Do you want to double your money or do you want to 8x your money? That's the question here. And why is it being 8x? That's another question. And some of the catalysts I showed you are the reasons why Bitcoin is going up. The financial system is getting changed. Is it worth looking at S&P 500? That's in green. Look at Russell 2000. I'm not interested in this kind of money anymore. I'm interested in Bitcoin. That protects the value of my energy and time that I put in to earn that money. I don't want it to be depreciated. That is what is happening with the US dollar, euro, yen, you name it. all the fiat currencies are getting depreciated. All right, so let's keep going. This, Zia, let's talk about against all the stocks. Forget indexes. If I were to put $10,000 5 years ago in Bitcoin, today it's worth $150,000. The only thing that comes anywhere near that is NVIDIA. This is NVIDIA. NVIDIA would have been $122,000. Look at Meta, Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon, and Tesla. Amazing. Coin is far outpacing all of these. NVIDIA had a tremendous AI based run, which is great, but I am holding Bitcoin. So I am not putting my money in Tesla, Amazon, Apple. Yes, you can, steady as she goes. But right now, the financial system is being changed with Bitcoin. That is why it is moving aggressively. It is moving aggressively. And in my opinion, it is not going to stop slowing till it's multi-million dollars per Bitcoin. Not a financial advice, in my opinion, based on everything I know. All right, guys? Some of these are adjusted for inflation. That's why the numbers are a little different here. Okay. What about gold? Zia, let's put $10,000 of gold back in 2020 and let's put $10,000 in Bitcoin. Look at that. 100,000 versus 14,000. A couple of these numbers are a little off because one ends in January of 2025 and the others end as of today. So that's why you see a little difference between 100,000, 120,000 in Bitcoin and 80,000. So the point still remains as a percent. Look at that. Your $10,000 is only worth $14,000 in gold as of today. And look at Bitcoin, $100,000. Am I making sense here, guys? Am I making sense? Look at this. A median house in 2020 was worth 329,000. In 2025, a median house is $419,200. I could have bought a median house back in 2020 for 11.3 Bitcoin. Today, even more expensive house in 2025 is $419,200. And I only need 6 Bitcoins to buy that with today's Bitcoin. All right. So here's another one. Let's put money in generic real estate versus Bitcoin. Had you put $10,000 in Bitcoin in 2020 versus now, look at that. You would get 802% return versus 27.4% return. So, what does that mean? These are all the things that I wanted to show you. But, real quick, let's summarize this, guys. Let's summarize this. So, the point I'm making, guys, is the financial system at the end of the day is changing. Bitcoin is on a pace to be accumulated by nation states, by United States. The moment the United States starts buying Bitcoin by either selling some gold or using fiat to buy Bitcoin, game theory is on. Other nation states are quietly buying. We know about the small countries like El Salvador, Bhutan, and other countries, but the big boys are buying. They're just not talking about it. I don't want to be that guy that waits till the Bitcoin price is 500,000. We call that FOMO. Most of us don't want to buy Bitcoin today because it's 110,000. I remember when I was 15,000. I will buy it when it comes down to 80,000. But guess what? It's not coming down unless we have some black swan event. When it goes to 125, most of you will jump in and buy it at 125. So I think you should think about these things in terms of percentages that you're going to grow. Never try to bottom fish. You'll never find it. You'll never find the bottom. So do your own research, not a financial advice, but I wanted to show you, $10,000 5 years ago versus $10,000 of today. If you invested, what would have happened? Now think about if you invest $10,000 now in Bitcoin, what it looks like 5 to 10 years from now. So guys, hopefully you'll do your own homework and your own research. Good luck with everything. I will see you in the next episode. Take care. If you liked everything, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and send me DMs. Okay? Bye bye.